Hey everyone, today we're going to talk about some of my favorite books from the last year that I've read. I specifically, some of these are at least one book in every one of these series is a five-star read. Most of them, I think, are almost entirely five-star reads. But we've got some long series here because I primarily like to read long series, and we also got some pretty special editions. So the first book series I wanted to talk about was Silver Under Nightfall. I've got these really gorgeous sprayed edges on these. But Silver Under Nightfall is polyamory, which is the primary reason why I read it. It's also a really, really compelling plot about uh, yeah, Rin Chupeco, me and also Gabe's beloved. They read Rin Chupeco for the vampires and the fucked up trees, and I read Rin Chupeco for the really incredible romance. Um, but the main three people in this, their relationship makes me super duper happy. They have a really like contentious relationship, and I always love anything that involves a vampire hunter and vampires as a romance. So these are really, really, really incredible, and I like them so very much. So much, in fact, that I hunted down some special editions. Other books that we've got here, put these off to the side. In terms of other special editions that I have that I got because I read the first book and I was like, I am obsessed with these and I need them immediately, is A Marvelous Light. It's the last binding series by Freya Marske. And we've got these really pretty sprayed edges. And they have the like transparent um, book covers. But I read all of these in about a month or less. I think I literally, once I got the second two books, I read them in like 2 days. But the first book, you've got a nice, fun gay romance, historical setting with magic as just like a staple. And I really, really love the way that this series specifically deals with like different complex magic systems and the different ways that people do magic around the world, especially because of the fact that it's a historical setting. They specifically get into the like how shitty it is to be a woman in England and how they don't teach women how to do magic. So these really cool women went out and did their own experimentation and built their own magic systems. And the overarching series kind of deals with the like this whole concept around the last contract and whether or not like all of the magicians in Britain are going to lose their magic. So it's a really, really fantastic plot, especially these are one of the more plot heavy books that I read in terms of romance. But this one and the last one are a really great gay romance, and this one's a really wonderful sapphic romance. Every single one has their own individual plot and their own individual relationships, with all the characters tied together and the plot tied together as well. So here's just a quick shot of the sides, which are gorgeous. And that's that. Um, I have two other series to discuss today because I only read series books. It's a problem. Um, but this is one of my favorite books of all time. You're going to hear me talk a lot about this on this channel. I'm actually currently in the middle of a reread of the first book because I love them so much. They're a comfort read. Only I would make a comfort read out of these are BDSM erotica novels, straight up and down there. But it's a really, really wonderful magic system. They use kink as a way to cast magic. So this is the Sex Wizard series by Alethea Faust, I think is how you say their name.
The last name is Faust.
Faust. I can speak English and no names. But this book starts out with initiation, where the main character ends up being more on the. They have this system where there's caster and conduit, and it's basically like sub and dom. The caster is the person who is the dominant person who's actually like conducting the spell, and the conduit is the submissive partner. And they really explore like all of the different types of kink. And every single chapter starts with a little excerpt that's like it was taken out of like a textbook for studying magic, but also tells you what kinks are in the chapter because that's the type of magic that they're casting. So the first book is like a really nice coverage of all the different types of magic as this person who starts out at this magic school gets started and starts learning about how to cast magic. The second book is him getting more into being on the caster, the dominant side of the equation. And championship is I honestly haven't read that one yet because I keep saving it because I like don't want to read it because then I will be done with the series that is out so far. But the first two are really, really wonderful, and it's polyamorous. This one is the best polyamory representation I've ever seen. It's super sex positive, and it has like one of the softest just like polykills because everybody's casting magic all together and everybody has different specialties and like they just all sleep together all the time. They're really but they have a really wonderful like beautiful friendships and like some of the best writing and relationships. I keep trying to pitch this book series to people, but nobody will read it because it's mostly erotica, but also the plot is really good and they really deal with the like relationship dynamics and like the magic of it all of like it's just really good, okay? You have to believe me. It just I don't know what else to say other than it's one of the best representations of polyamory I've ever read, and it deals a lot with like if magic is the system you use magic, how could that be abused? So it also deals a lot with just recovery and trauma healing and all of that different stuff. So really wonderful books, highly recommend them. Last series, okay. Um, Katee Robert, my beloved. Um, yeah, I have read these not just in this last year, but I felt weird talking about just one without the whole series. These have everything. um, these are this is the Dark Olympus series by Katee Robert. The first one is Neon Gods. And this one's a Persephone and Hades retelling. It's all modern day contemporary, not quite mafia. They're all running a city. So it's like politics, it's scheming, and it's also retellings that do a really interesting job of like what would it look like in a non-magical settings to still have these myths and still have these overarching things. But the biggest thing is that like the characters, the gods of Olympus, are the rulers of the city, and titles like Zeus and Hera and Hades, Persephone, those are titles, not individual people. So some of the characters have names like Theseus becomes Hephaestus at some point. Spoilers, sorry. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, these are really, really fun. Some of these are polyamorous. I think specifically, you have Wicked Beauty, which is Helen trying to compete for her own hand in marriage and become the new Ares, romancing Patroclus and Achilles, who are in a pre-existing relationship and also competing for the same title of Ares. You've also got Cruel Seduction. That's yes. This one is Aphrodite, Hephaestus, Pandora, and Adonis. So you've got um, Hephaestus and Aphrodite being forced into a marriage and them deciding to passive aggressively seduce the most important person to each other. Super duper messy polyamorous relationship. It does end happy and it is fantastic. And then you've got Midnight Ruin, which is Orpheus and Eurydice, but also with Charon, polyamory, which is great because it's Orpheus having already fucked up and Charon being the reason, like being somebody that Eurydice deeply trusts and has come to love, and they have a really amazing relationship in and of themselves. But like Orpheus kind of healing the relationship between him and Eurydice, and them only really working because of the fact that Charon is there now. So yeah, these are all really fun. I'm sure I missed something, but yeah, these are all really, really good. I'm really excited because a new one just came out, Dark Restraint, that I haven't gotten to read yet. That's going to be The Minotaur and Ariadne. So this is going to be a 10-book series. It is currently 7 books long. Everyone is a different relationship. Everyone is like high stakes drama, scheming, plots of assassinations, all the 9 yards. So Yeah, this is really long. This is all of my various things that I love, that I've read at least part of these series in the last year. I hope if you check them out, you enjoy them, and let us know if you want to see any more in-depth reviews of any of the particular books or series. Thank you guys so much, and stay tuned for more.